Carrots are a cool season root crop and will grow best in the spring and fall in most regions. In areas with mild winters, they can be overwintered as well. Begin planting carrots as soon as the soil can be worked in the spring, or 3 to 5 weeks before your last spring frost date. For a fall harvest, plant carrots approximately 10 weeks before your first fall frost date. Carrots prefer loose, sandy-loamy soil and will often have misshapen or stunted roots when grown in heavy soil. Carrots will tolerate light shade, but for best yields, plant in full sun. Sow seed 1/4 inch deep and 1 inch apart in rows 6 to 8 inches apart. Carrot seed is very small and can be challenging to space evenly. You may find it easiest to sprinkle seeds evenly over the planting area and cover very lightly with fine soil, earthworm castings, or sieved compost. Moisten thoroughly and keep evenly moist, as seed will not germinate in dry soil. Carrot seed will germinate in approximately 6 days at soil temperatures of 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Seed can germinate in soil as cool as 45 degrees Fahrenheit, but will take 2 to 3 weeks to do so. When carrot tops are 2 to 4 inches tall, thin to no less than 2 inches apart, either by snipping off the greens at the soil line or very gently pulling up the entire root. Keep carrots consistently moist as they grow, providing them with 1 to 2 inches of water per week. Mulching the soil around your carrots can also help keep the soil moist and cool. Once carrot tops are 4 to 6 inches tall, side dress with an all-natural fertilizer. Look for a formulation which is lower in nitrogen and slightly higher in potassium and phosphorus. High nitrogen can encourage foliar growth and lead to hairy, cracked roots. Carrots can be fed again when tops are approximately 8 inches tall, if the soil is particularly nutrient depleted or if tops are looking pale and weak. Carrots will be ready for harvest 65 to 90 days after planting, depending on the variety. Overwintered carrots can take twice as long to mature. Harvest when the desired size is reached. In general, carrots should be at least 1/2 inch across at the top, also known as the shoulder, and you'll start to see the shoulder peak above the soil when the carrots size up. If you are unsure, you can gently loosen the soil around the roots to check the size of the carrots, or pull up 1 or 2. If they have sized up, you can harvest the remainder of the crop. If they are still too small, wait another week or so and check again. In very loose soil, you can gently pull carrots up by their tops to harvest. In heavier soil, loosen the roots first with a garden fork and then gently pull out of the soil. Store carrots by clipping off the green tops. Then brush off excess dirt, but do not clean, and store in plastic storage baggies in the refrigerator. For long-term storage, layer carrots in damp sand or sawdust in a box or plastic pail in a cool root cellar around 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Fall-grown carrots can also be left in the ground until they are ready to be eaten. Just be sure to mulch heavily to prevent the ground from freezing.